Hey, what's up, guys? Team Hard Life Captain Albert Zertucci here. And today is another day back at the shop. Went through Thanksgiving, went through the birthday parties and everything else. And now it's getting back to the custom gear that we make. And yes, a lot of times custom gear is just doing something yourself. I mean, it's custom to you. But for us, we take it that much more because there's so many things that we got to kind of jump through hoops and stuff. And you've seen where we have actually change the color of the beads because certain things aren't working out. And for us, it's also maintaining our pricing. You know, we've got to maintain a level of gear that we know is going to work for you beyond a reasonable doubt. And the reason we know it does is because I go out and test it along with my team and guys that we have using our gear, and we abuse the hell out of our gear. And the reason for it is because we want to make sure that when you get it, you have no doubt in your mind that it's going to work. Now, one of the other steps in that process is adapt and overcome. For me, it's when I run into a speed bump along making our custom gear, that what do I do now? Well, this is one of those processes. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing, and we'll go from there.
Gotta buy. I got a lot of stress on my mind. It's a nice day to go. Yeah, I got a line. I'ma call the whole team.
Alright guys, so with the beads that we're using, one of the reasons why we stopped using this color bead here on our double drop drum rigs is because the bigger beads that we had for them, like I said, these companies, they it's crazy. They're up and then they're gone. They're up and then they're gone. And they're changing names and stuff like that. And I think a lot of it has to do with the economy and the way it's going. A lot of the stores we deal with and other distributors and manufacturers are, you know, across the U.S. are dealing with these problems as well. So it's not just us, it's everybody that has a business. I mean, somebody somehow, some way is seeing this as much as we are. So for us, I wanted to ensure that I still could make the color beads into the leaders that I wanted. So one day I was messing around and I was looking inside the bead, and it looked like that it was concaved a little bit on the inside, meaning that the bead comes around like this, and on the inside of it, instead of it being a straight hole like this, it comes up a little bit. So I was thinking, what if the inside of that bead, let's see, right there, that hole, if I could make it bigger on the outside without damaging the integrity of the bead. So that's what I did. What I'm doing is I'm grabbing a small drill bit that's a little bit bigger than the hole, and I'm spinning it. And what I've done is you can kind of see the little burr hanging off there. I'm going to do a close-up for y'all, but what I'm doing is I'm doing it on both sides, and that's taking just enough off for me to get my 100-pound mono in it. Obviously it only takes one, but for it to come back this way so I can send it in. But at the same time too, there's occasions when you're cutting your mono that it doesn't allow that to happen. So that's what I'm doing, is taking off the burrs on both sides to ensure that I can get beads on the top and the bottom. So stay tuned as I continue making my leaders and adding in a whole bunch of colors that I was literally on hold because I couldn't find the proper bead for the top. And so now, game changing again. Love it. Always stay open-minded to what your gear is doing and stuff like that. And, you know, just try something. You just never know when it could work and work to your benefit. And for us, it's saving us money because we already have a lot of these beads on hand, so we can make that much more gear without having to buy a higher price bead. So stay tuned, guys. Alright guys, so one of the main colors that I'm having these issues with is this pink one here. And like I said, I need to double it over to get it in the end to get it back. And as you can see, it will not fit. It won't happen. So, let me get you a little more close up. It's still allowing me to get my two beads on there with my double end over here, and this is the top end of my leader for my double drops. we go. And now I can crimp. And we're good to go. Next I'll attach my monofilament drop for my hook there. But I built the leader backwards real quick just so I can show you all this. But normally I already have everything set up on this, you know, my single barrels and stuff like that. But I was just giving you a quick rundown of what I'm doing on this leader, how so I can adapt and ensure that I'm still able to use these beads instead of them sitting there while we're trying to figure out if we can get beads with the bigger inner diameter hole right there, so that way I don't have to keep stopping to make, you know, take off the burrs like this. Normally what I'll do is I'll count out X amount of beads, do them up real quick, and then get them done. But I'm also noticing the other bead colors that we got, I actually have to go all the way through because it's not tapered like these are on the inside. So this one's the one that really I don't like, but I still love this color, so I'm gonna put forth the effort and get it all the way through so I can actually use this bead color as well. And there you go. So yep, it kind of sucks, but you know, when you want things done a certain way, sometimes you just got to do it yourself. All right, guys. Alright guys, so these are the tops, and you saw me drill them to get them to fit, but yeah, that's how I'm able to still reuse the beads for the leaders that I need. These will be double drop drum rigs by the time I get done, but it's not done yet. I still got to do the hook sections and stuff like that. And yes, sometimes I get ahead of myself and I forget that I already have prefabbed the sleeve on there, and you can see it right there, but it ain't gonna harm anything. Actually, by leaving it there, when the leader lands, it'll actually make more sound and make it more attractive to the fish and stuff like that. But yeah, a lot of people don't like to really leave extra gear on there, neither do I, but you know, it happens and it won't really hurt anything. So let's go and get my hook section set up and I'll start knocking that out. no. How do I come out? Like this. Looks like I knew I cut them evenly. Oh, I did it again. Left an extra sleeve there. Alright. And as you can tell, I've been stacking them, and stacking them. And the reason being, because we've got so many. And you can already tell is from last time, a lot of these had the older labels on them. And like I said, that's how fast they're selling. We're getting rid of the old labels pretty quick. But let's go ahead and get this stocked up again. And others that I'm running short on, I'm moving them down here. From the road. And I'll restock these. Drop or something. See me pulling them like this, what ends up happening, there's so many on the clip that they start to push each other out on the sides. Sorry, I'm a little picky, I don't like that. So, here to here. There we go. Now, actually, let's do this. Now you can see all the colors. We got the bright chartreuse yellow or safety yellow that I like. The pinks, oranges, and yeah, this rack I'm gonna have to restack. But yeah, I've already expanded down here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to move these hooks out of the way. I'm going to go completely across with the double drop drum rigs because those are selling like hotcakes. So our redfish rigs, I'm actually going to make 3 because there's 2 liters per bag, so that's why those are a little slower sellers. But at the same time too, this was completely full yesterday. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a 3rd rack, so it'll be 3. Actually, I might go 4, 4, and 4 because we got the 2-3s, which are these. And then we got the long drops, and then we got short drops. So I'm gonna go 4 long drops, 4 short drops, and the 2-3s. So this whole wall is gonna get a transformation here pretty quick. Stay tuned, guys. We are gonna take it to the next level.